Well, good evening, all my little Pokemons. Mewtwo with you tonight, feeling rather contemplative. So, tonight's going to be a story time type video with, well, a story that started just this week. So, before we get into the fun, please don't forget both my Patreon link and my Ko-fi link are in the description box below, both of which are great ways to support me and my channel and help me make better videos for you. So, both Monday and Tuesday of this week, I had someone come to my door and try and hustle me a little bit. One of which I approve of, one of which I found predatory. I'm definitely going to explain. That's the whole point of this video. That's what we're here for. So, Monday, a kid comes to the door, maybe 12 to 15, something like that. And he offers to mow the lawn. Basically, selling his service as a functional mobile labor of a child. AKA, probably video game money, AKA, probably would have been cheap if I'd gone with it. But not as cheap as it used to be. Even little hustlers be asking for a little bit more bling than I feel like putting out for doing something that I really should do anyway. He didn't fight with me or anything. He was a little bummed I turned him down, but I saw he was definitely succeeding in his hustle later. I saw him mowing a lawn down the street. So, kid got his money. Kid's probably going to get his video game or whatever. Go him. This kind of hustle I approve. In fact, I tried to do stuff like this as a kid, but the only people that would have paid me to do anything is like the 3 old ladies across the street who thought I was worth a quarter to walk down the hill and come back with their 2 gallons of milk. This was a lot of weight, a big hill, and worth way more than a quarter. Money is not the same as it was 50 years ago, okay, guys? Remember that. Just because to you, 50 cents back in the 20s was all the money. It wasn't even worth, a third of a G.I. Joe man at that time. So, I approved this kid. I felt like he was doing a good job. So then, Tuesday. The kid had come around late afternoon. I think it was about 4 or 5 o'clock. We were still at work, but I ran down, answered the door. I was polite, all that fun stuff. No big deal. So Tuesday night, right at 7:30, just after Autumn got off work, and it was downstairs, he was in the kitchen getting his dinner on a plate and whatnot, we got a knock at the door. This is the bad experience. It was a lady from a pest control company called Bamboo, I believe she said, wanting to sell me home spraying services. And this was 100% a door-to-door predatory hustle. First off, my first question to her was immediately, how much? She didn't want to tell me that right away. In fact, she wanted to tell me all about everything. About what they were going to do, what amazing service they're going to provide. And that she had to walk around to the back of the house to look at the whole house to decide how much it was going to cost. And all this fun hoopty-hoo. When, in truth, she knew how much she was considering charging before she even walked up to me. She tried all the fun predatory functions, making it feel like it was a FOMO, fear of missing out, She's doing 20 house in this area right now, and if she gets me now, if she gets me now, I can get a big discount. If just if I get it now, it's got to be right now. You have to decide right now. You're gonna do this. Uh-huh. How much? How much? Oh, and we'll do 3 feet on the ground and 3 feet off the wall. And we'll make sure your house is well protected to get all the bugs out of that live in the wall. You're spraying the outside of the house. That doesn't get all the bugs in the wall. I don't follow your logic. This does not fix this problem you're trying to pretend like you're fixing. For the record, I do actually spray the perimeter of the house. I have this perimeter bug spray stuff that's supposed to keep the house a little safer from bugaboos getting inside. And I spray all the window trims all the way around, all the door trims all the way around, and the entire base perimeter of the house. We even do upstairs outside the front, the first level roofs, because we can get out there and spray those 3 windows up front. We spray everything. We're pretty thorough. We do it, several times during the not winter months. So I have myself pretty covered. We rarely get a bug inside, and usually you could attest it to someone had the door open for a bit and a fly got in, or someone just was going in and out and an ant followed them, or a little beetle or something, or whatever. Stuff comes in and out of the house. We live in a foresty area. There are bugs. I accept this. The majority of them don't want to be in the house anyway. So, yeah, I rarely see a bug inside over 5 years of living here, so I wasn't really buying her. This is critical. This is what you have to do as a homeowner. And then she started with some fear tactics, which I love when they try and do this kind of thing. The moment she's already got me off the boat. I don't even know how much it costs yet at this point, because she was starting to just force me on you have to do this right now, or you don't get the discount. No price yet. Tells me all about having to spray the trees around there because there might be carpenter ants, and that might cause a limb to fall off a tree. Okay, you don't have to have carpenter ants to have limbs fall off of trees. Carpenter ants don't necessarily mean a limb is going to fall off a tree more consistently. I have not seen carpenter ants on any of our trees. We're pretty safe. I'm not concerned in this fashion. We have not had any major problems. And she saw there was a couple of spider webs on the top back areas of our house. You're like, and we have a cleaning service. We'll get rid of all those cobwebs because that'll encourage more bugs. I'm thinking, spider webs stop bugs. This is not a fix for this actually is a solution for bugs. They die there and then they don't make it in. I know they're not pretty, but I mean they are effectively a solution, not a bug-related enforcing problem. And she went on with, oh, I love this one. She brought up they say people swallow 8 spiders in their sleep. And I immediately said, you do know that myth was debunked, right? It's not really 8 per person. There's an average amongst the test group. Some got none, some got more. It actually depends on the area. In fact, there's a higher probability a spider is not going to go into your mouth because it can tell it's the mouth of a predator. It is not a happy, warm place. It's breathing and wet. They know this is not a home most of the time. In fact, you have a higher probability another kind of bug is going to wander in your mouth than a spider, and you'll swallow that. I know, I'm making things worse. But really, they're protein. They're actually not bad for you. You swallow it, goody, you got a free bit of protein in your diet. Go you. But she kept going on and on about how important it was, how critical it is to do this. And you just have to sign for 1 year worth of service. It's just, and then you do it every like 5 years. You just get 1 year, and every 5 years you then come back and do it again. And, no, I don't. Oh, first off, I don't want to sign for a whole year of any shiz like this. If you only have to do it once every 5 years, why'd I have to do it for a whole year? If all you need to do is spray the house once every 5 years, why am I paying you for a full year? This doesn't make a lot of sense. And she kept asking about like the size of the house several times. I kept telling her that 2,500 square feet. 2,500 square feet. According to Zillow, it's 2,500 square feet. I know this. I memorized it from when we bought the house. I'm still proud of that I have a house that big. And she kept forgetting my name and wanting to use it. So she had to keep asking my name. And if you're going to hustle someone, pay attention to the details. Remember the name when you ask for it, because that says whether or not you're actually caring about what you're asking. So nothing she was trying to tell me was making any reason why I needed to buy her service now or ever. In fact, it kept just acting like I did not need to be speaking with her any further. Like I had been wasting my time with this. And yeah, that's pretty much how I feel is I wasted my time. But in turn, I did waste her time, so less people she had time to hustle tonight. She might continue on tomorrow, but I did cut down how many people she was going to get to bother yesterday. Well, cyclical talk. She finally broke down and got out the price sheet, which she could have gotten out in the front of the house when I first asked how much this was going to cost. Because the price sheet straight up has house size plus price. It has nothing to do with how many windowsills you have. It has nothing to do with how many trees in your backyard you have. It has nothing to do with any of this other stuff. Their pricing list is simply, is it this size house, this size, or this size? You know, just down the list. And for house size number 2, because, as I've said to her like 7 or 8 times at this point, 2,500 square feet. Well, you know, the prices were like $350, $360, $400 for each of the size of the house for the first payment. It's like, I'm going to make this first payment $99. I don't think it is. You know, about 2 gallons of that perimeter spray for $20. And it came with a little motorized spritzer wand thingy, which I get to switch between 2 containers once this first one finishes. So for $20, I have what has turned into, I'm still on the first can of perimeter spray since we bought it about 4 years ago. First time we got a spritz bottle as opposed to the like gallon jug style, the spray one. And that ran out pretty quick because it was basically just about the size of a Windex bottle, and that didn't last long. I don't even think we made it all the way around the house with that one. So $20, I have had over 4 years, and I'm still on the first gallon jug. And she's starting with payment number 1 is $99 instead of $350 or $360. If I buy it now, I have to buy now to get that discount. And then she's like, okay, and then it's going to be $70 a month, every month, forever. Okay, Okay, so quick math. $99. All right, that's $100. Plus 11 units of $70. That's $770. Add that 99 in. We're back up to $870 for them to come around and spray our house 4 times with their magic spray. And for those of you who don't know, if you haven't noticed, I have access to this thing called the internet. This is where I am right now that you're finding me. To get me here, I had to have found the internets. I know how to shop for products. If I really wanted to buy a stronger bug repellent product, I can go online and I could probably buy it for less than $900. Pretty darn sure I could get a whole year's worth of perimeter spray for of this high quality special hoop-de-hoo that they're promising for under the $900-ish it's going to be. Don't forget you have to add taxes and other hidden fees that she's not mentioning yet. Will probably be on that bill besides the $99 plus $70 monthly for 12 months. Oh, but it makes it so much easier if you pay monthly. That way you don't have to think about a big charge. It's just $70 a month. I thought hard before I spent $150 on HBO Max for a year with no commercials, okay? I had to look through the entire, I looked through quite a few pages of their available content before I, dropped the $150 to watch HBO Max. Don't regret that one, mind you. That's actually a good one. Recommend. So, yeah. No. And she was really pushing how important it was you had to get it now. It was critical you get this now. While she's doing this, while she has her truck rolling through town, and she is going to be in town, because otherwise it's going to be the bigger price, then I need to commit to this $900 service. And trying to scare me into needing it. Trying to guilt me into it that I'm going to not get the discount that she has available today. Trying to tell me how much better her service is than all the other services. Trying to scare me with thoughts of eating spiders or ants in my wall. And I'm like, well, if you get ants in the house, you're not going to be able to stop them. I'm like, bullshit, lady. I did stop a line of ants that had made their way into our kitchen. Figure out where they were coming in. I used the perimeter spray along everywhere where the line went. Within seconds, all the ants had died, and I did not see any in the area again. Yes, you still see one occasionally. They're bound to find a way into your house. No matter how well you spray, we're on a concrete slab floor. There's probably a crack somewhere underneath it in some shape or form, or a joining point between portions of the slab or something. They're going to make their way into the house or through the siding or through something. You're going to get a bug in the house. Ants especially, they're really creative. Do I see an ant? Once every grand while, it looks like it's a scout ant. Yes, and I immediately kill it and make sure that it is not dealt with anymore. She also made me try to say how horrible spiders were. I'm thinking, spiders are the bug that does your job for us. See, if there's a spider on the outside of my house, one, it's on the outside of my house. Good. It's where it belongs, not in my house. Two, it's killing bugs that are near my house. Even whenever I've had a spider in the house. If it's a roamer, we'll usually try and catch it and set it free outside. If it's a web-based one that's up in a corner where we can't get to, usually I'm like, well, I guess he lives up there now. As long as he's not somewhere that's going to be in the way. I'm like, fine. But It's been a while since we've even had one in the house, period, that was a web baser. Usually it's a wanderer that probably came in when we opened the door, probably came in through the garage, probably most likely came in through the back door because the backyard is a lot more of a jungle. And when I'm going in and out for doing the grill, the screen door doesn't shut completely, and I don't always shut the door when I'm just going in and out real quick. There's a good chance that's when most bugs have made it into the house. But I did not appreciate this lady telling me how much bugs are in this area and how critical it is to have bug spray. I'm like, really? This area is a really heavy bug area? I've been here for 5 years. I haven't noticed a big bug problem in my house or around my house any more than anywhere else. We live in a tree neighborhood, so I mean, effectively, if you look at our area in Google Maps, you practically just see a canopy of trees. We live in an area with a lot of trees. That's nature. Nature has bugs. If nature doesn't have bugs, there's a problem, and nature's going to break down more. I'm okay with the bugs being outside. They're in their space. As long as they're not the kind of like eat me, like skeeters or fleas, and especially ones that will do damage like wasps and hornets and things. I'd prefer not to have any of those critters around. But yeah, otherwise bugs are allowed outside. I understand there's bugs. Good. Good. You do realize there's such thing as carrion that needs to be dealt with in life. And bugs deal with the carrion. They digest it, break it down, and get rid of it. Besides any other feral animals that will eat any of the larger chunks of refuse, meat and things, dead critters, then the carrion critters will eat the rest. It breaks down, we don't have a mess, life is good. But yeah, I eventually sent her away. She was very bummed that I did not want to have her service, but I was not willing to pay her for that. And I do not appreciate the fact that she felt like using predatory language that would probably hit a lot of old people and make them scared or guilt-tripped into dealing with paying them $900 to do, again, what I've done for 4 years now, at least, for 20 bucks worth of spritz. I think I had to change the batteries in the wand once. So that's 2 AA's more. That's a total of 4 AA batteries. Plus the, well, I've gone through one can. I'm not even through one canister, so we'll just say 10 bucks worth of fluids. $10 worth of fluids and 4 total AA batteries is way less than $1,000 a year, $900 a year, which would then keep being paid. $10 for a year. Math. I mean, it's simple. Anytime they don't want to tell you the price, it's too expensive. So that was my fun experience. In the future, I won't even indulge anyone to come all the way to the backyard. I will just say something like, yes, you will just tell me how much it is. You can guess from how big the backyard is. I don't need you to go back there. We can deal with this out front. You going into my backyard is just, you get to see my backyard. Congratulations. I don't need that in my life. So yes, that was my experience over the last 2 days with hustlers. One good hustler is a little kid. Would recommend you pay that kid whatever, 20, 30 bucks to mow your lawn. I approve. If you still need such services. I don't. I went and mowed my lawn that same day because, yeah, it had been about a month and the front lawn looked like, the Serengeti. And I needed to take care of that before there were gazelle hiding in my front yard. I didn't need that in my life. Backyard still it's done. Front yard's done. Backyard is maybe weekend task. Alright, anyway. I hope you enjoyed my little fun story for today. And I hope, if anything, it helped you recognize some of the more predatory and non-predatory type of people you might run into. If the kid wanted to charge $50, I might start questioning how much, if it was worth it. But if he was going to charge maybe $20, $30 to mow the front lawn, I don't think I would have questioned it. If someone doesn't want to tell you the price of something, worry. If someone doesn't is spending all this time telling you about how awesome their service is while telling you that price, worry. If they're telling you how important it is you have to get it down, worry. Do not focus on that person. They have already lost the war. They're not successfully selling you a product. They are trying to sell you fear. And I don't pay $900 to be scared. I pay $20 to last me probably 8 to 10 years to not be scared. Yay! Alright, I will wrap my life up here, and definitely thank you for spending some time with me. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the little dingly bell for the little dingly bell, let you know when I post new videos. Who knows, could be this silly Pokemon, possibly with another fun story. You never know what's going to happen in life. I will happily tell you about it if something fun happens, or weird, or scary, or elsewise. And of course, both my Patreon link and my Ko-fi link are in the description box below, both of which are great ways to support me and my channel and help me make better videos for you, my awesome public. But for now, I'm going to wander on off, compile this video, get it ready to load, and probably do something stupid like play a game on my computer and relax, because it's Wednesday night. So, yeah. Anyway, there you are. Thank you again for spending time with me. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. For now, Mewtwo is always watching you.